Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of our 4th Age Total War North Rhun campaign. In the last one we took Belligant, the chief settlement of Dorwinion, and this could be a big moment for us. Usually Belligant is one of the first things you want to go for if you're in the region at all. Of course we started this campaign a little bit differently. We took our sweet time getting here. We went as a horde, grabbed some dwarven settlements and took out Dale and the dwarves as a threat very early on, and now we're finally taking back our homelands, and we've finally got a bit of money, which is very, very nice indeed. We're very close to big economic problems in the past few turns here, but hopefully we will manage to avoid total bankruptcy here. Now we may be attacked in Tham. I'm not sure if they're going to get it together to hit us this turn. If they do, we may just be settling in for a siege. But let's just end the year, because we've got these couple of sieges. We'll just be waiting those out. And we're going to, of course, see how Dorwinion is going to respond to our taking of their settlement.
We're surrounded.
Okay, interesting move. They moved up to the fort of Karnan. I did not expect that. The reason I didn't expect that is because this does not border any territory of theirs that is not currently under siege. But I guess that doesn't matter in terms of the AI determining where to attack next. They typically see the regions more like you would expect in a risk board, right? Like theoretically, this army, there's no reason this army couldn't just march over to Yodor, right, and attack it. They could just cross here, trespass through the territory of the Bjornings, and hit Yodor, or even a place deeper into my territory. But you'll notice the AI never does that. They don't leapfrog over settlements, maybe very, very occasionally. But you can be pretty I guess, confident that when you are well back from the borders of an enemy region, that they're not going to hit you there. So what this means, what this tells me, I guess, is that when your settlement is under siege, the AI doesn't necessarily prioritize that. They're still saying, okay, there's a settlement here of the enemies, the players, that we can take, and it borders a settlement that we own, even though this is the bigger threat, this siege here. They're going to go ahead and besiege the fort of Karnan. Now, inside the fort of Karnan, we've got a unit of barding and militia levies. This is no big deal at all. In terms of this being a good unit. They don't have that much that's great either, but forts are kind of tricky to hold on to. So I'm wondering if this might be a good moment maybe to abandon the siege of Gargal and just come back to it. We could hit this army when it's winter time. Right, so we could kick them away from here. Let's do that, in fact.
Break off the siege.
They're going to stick around and fight. I think this is just a feint, though, and what they will do, in fact, is get off the battlefield as soon as we present ourselves to them. But if we can get over here on sort of our side of the Karnan, then we can get back onto the ford, and maybe that will encourage that army to hit us there, or maybe they won't. The bigger army, I mean. And if they don't, that's fine. We'll hit them in the snow in the next turn. Because a lot of our units do have attack bonuses, combat bonuses in the snow. Actually, not a lot of this army, though. These guys do, so that's important. But not too many. I guess our bodyguards do. Yep, they've got the combat bonus in the snow. So it's not actually maybe as big of a deal as I'm making it out to be with this particular army. But yeah, we've got a weird, motley group of stuff. Let's just get them set up here. Again, this is probably not going to be an actual battle. They're off on the hill.
Send them to kill the enemy.
So let's just see. And we've got our reinforcements. Those are the 90 guys from the fort coming in way back behind us and to our right. So I wouldn't mind getting rid of this force. This is some levies, some woodman levies, which is interesting. We've got the woodman axes, we've got the woodman spears, and then they've got the Easterling raider levies, the cav type that we can train. And then they've got their only native unit in this army, the Dorwinion bowmen. So, yep, and there's the retreat call. Well, I guess, we'll try to get a few javelins in their backs. But it's unlikely to have much effect, which is fine. This is not a huge army. I'm curious where they're going to go. They're probably just going to cross back over the border into the Gargal region. Yeah, they're just going to completely get away too. So let's see where they move. Maybe they'll even go into the settlement, Gargal itself. Now, I probably get enough movement points to go and put that back under siege again. Yeah, okay, so they've gone back. I actually don't, so let's go right to the ford here. And what can we do? Okay, there's an emissary of Rhun right outside. They're probably not going to bribe, because I don't think they would have the money for it. So I think we're pretty safe there. You know, the other thing I want to check diplomatically. We're allied with the Bjornings. Okay, so Dorwinion does not have any kind of relationship with the Bjornings. That's good. I was a little worried for a second that they might go through Bjorning territory, but I really don't think that was it. I think that was a case of the AI just recognizing that the fort of Karnan was adjacent to a territory that they own. Okay, so here we are. We are definitely going to try to take Garth. I could probably attack it and just take it this turn. But we're playing it a little careful here because we do need to watch public order. The more provinces we conquer in this mod, the worse public order overall tends to be, unless you have been keeping up with your homeland dominions. We've got 2 seasons for this fiefdom dominion here, Fennis Rim. We've got 7 seasons for this one. We've got 4 seasons for that one. And we do have a red face way up here in Esgaroth. Let's see if that's... Oh, that's terrible. 40. This must be an elven spy. Yeah, we've been having a lot of trouble with these elven scouts. And we've even got our own spy here, and he's decent. Let's go ahead and actually see if queuing up... Oh no, that doesn't make any difference at all. I'm going to be so mad if we lose Esgaroth just because of an elven spy. Well, let's move some guys out of Dale. I bet we can get away with moving all these 3 guys down here. Okay, there we go. That gets us the blue face. Dale is still happy in terms of public order, and Esgaroth is okay. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that spy. The elven agents are very good in this mod. Okay, yes, and Tham was indeed besieged. And not with their full army, which is good, I guess. But on the other hand, this is the army... Let's see, was this the other army or was it these guys? I think it was these guys. I think we may want to sally for this one. Let's see, they've got some good units, and this might be their last spearman. Actually, no, this looks good. I mean, look at this place. This is pretty well built up, isn't it? Let's get our spy a little bit closer. Can we get in? No chance, but we can maybe see the buildings. It's an urban province, which means that this is up to tier 3, I guess. And that means they could have the ability to train Axemen of Rhun, or Spearmen of Rhun there. And they could train them down here as well. Our money is not doing too great when we're under siege, so let's go ahead. Because Tham is now trading with Fennis Rim as well as Rakos. So I think we want to keep the trade going. Our general is probably going to be this unit of retainer Waynes, which is going to be very awkward. And we've got 3 axes. We got slingers. I mean, that's the thing. That's what's going to be good about this. I think we'll be totally fine. Just get our guys out there, sling them in towards us. And the Waynes are going to be good, even if they are the captain of this army. The Waynes are going to be helpful for that morale debuff. But I think we just need to keep them off us. And just kind of hunker down while we get our dominions settled. That's the kind of cool thing, I guess, about this mod, is that you really do feel like you have to incorporate the territories. Oh, my captain is a slinger. Okay. That's probably a little worse, actually, because I wasn't going to use the Waynes anyway in this battle. I wasn't going to really use them anyway. And we'll see if we can even get them out of the gate. But don't they look nice? I mean, that's the important thing. They've got axes, they've got the javelins. It's a great unit. I do wish that they would not do the thing where some of them only have 2 guys and some of them do have 3. I guess that's just the computer trying to do math and figure out how we can divide crew and you know, gear and so on. Okay. I mean, it's really dangerous to have a slinger here as the captain. We do have some light cav with the bodyguard there, or with the Eastland Raider levies. Let's just get him out of the gate. I probably should have led with my Waynes, but I was honestly not confident that they would get out. Okay, and actually they're not deploying too far away. Usually the AI will get very far away from the front lines. They do have one archer unit. So I have to be a little careful about that with my captain. So maybe I'll put him like a little back. And yeah, I think we know what the axe is about there. The levies are just going to exist to flank. I guess we'll put them over here. You guys over here. Okay, and the Waynes get out just fine, in fact. Actually, I'm not even going to use axemen on these guys. Yeah, they won't make it all the way to the lines anyway. But if they did, I would try to use the warband levies to hit them. We want to take these guys off skirmish because that's going to make them a little bit easier to control. Okay, great. So we're pulling some spearmen and axemen of Rhun. Okay. Kind of wish the Waynes were over here now, but we're just going to sucker them back. And yeah, they're just going to fall back. I guess we'll war cry now. As they're charging, they're actually going to make it. Nope. Nope. Not quite. Not quite. And there they go. Gonna head back. I've got no shame about this. Let's get you out in front of the axes. Okay, great. We've got some axemen headed towards the Waynes. So we could actually, let's use them a little bit. And we've got, oh, did I just hear the retreat? Alright, let's run over there. It's kind of a shame, because we could have done a little more damage there. But notice how they're charging and they're almost catching. Almost catching up to me. But we can try to push them with the Waynes. See if we can maybe get some javelins into the backs of any of those retreating spearmen or axemen. We can definitely head off these axemen. They're going to be eating sling bullets for a few more seconds. Oh, we ran into some big rocks. I didn't even think about that. But okay, they can make it past. Sometimes they don't. In fact, most of the time, those little rocks are death to your Waynes. So I am usually very obsessive about keeping them away. But given that this is not a field battle, I didn't really think it was that big of a deal. All right, let's hit the spearmen in the back. They'll probably make it anyway. It's the raid on the line. Alright, we'll get back up here, and some axemen will just sling or javelin to death. Great. Okay, so we saved Tham. We didn't lose a single man. We took out maybe one unit total. But that's good. That buys us a little bit of time, another turn for making money through trade. Okay, let's see. Does that change things substantially? Not really. Not really. Maybe it takes a little while. No, we are trading. Okay. It's just probably the mismanagement also kicked in at the same time. So we could build those retainer wains back. I am not going to do that. We don't want to get even more into debt. But yeah, okay. So
Orders.
let's see. We've set up there. I think that's the safest place for us to be. And in fact, this army may hit us, but it is fairly weak. Okay. What do we want to do with you? Probably nothing. I think just stay here. Let them hit me if they want to hit me. But let's see. We've got a spy here that now is not really necessary right there. But I'd like him down here somewhere. We've got lots of agents, actually. Redundant amounts of agents. But I think that's a good thing. We really want to keep an eye on all of this. Let's send you over here. Alright, that's a Bjorning agent, that's why. Okay, you can come down here, I guess. And we can see, yeah, this is some of the scary stuff that they're building. My gosh, Lord's Barracks. So this tells you that this would be a great place to take Yath and Raw, because we would be able to get a lot of money for destroying this. And it is our neighbor, right? And also Nerig Zagil, actually. This is a dwarven settlement, so we could get some of that dwarven, some of those dwarven style units. Well, let's just sit tight everywhere. Belligant, I don't think it's worth it to destroy Homeland Dominion here. Let's see how the money changes, though, if we have our capital here in Belligant. It's going to be very touchy. We're losing 2090 a turn. Belligant is maybe more central. And now we're losing 1225. That's a lot better. Alright, places down here are happier, but... oh yeah, Berez Doom, red face. Let's see, can we do anything about this? Okay, 70. So this is on the lowest possible taxes. This is not going to work, sadly. So we'll have to have it up here. At least for a little while. Once we get those Dominion buildings, I think things will be different for us. We'll have a little more freedom with where we move our capital. But this is about the extent of you know, how far away you want things to be. I remember playing a North Rhun campaign once where I did actually get over the hump here, and my goal was to grab this province up here. Rond Lasoth, I think, is the name of the village, and this is the only place where you can get Losoth warriors. This is like a levy unit that's available, I think, to all Manish factions. Only Manish factions, sadly, because that'd be a great unit for the dwarves to get. I always kind of wished you could have them playing as the dwarves, because you have a lot of land in the north, and it'd be really cool to make an alliance with the snowman of Losoth. But you can do that as North Rhun, and that's very thematic and cool, because especially if you're, you know, again, all of your units in North Rhun, your native guys get snow bonuses, so it kind of makes sense that you'd pair up with the Losoth warriors. So I did that once. I don't know that we're going to do it in this campaign, because it was kind of a nightmare holding everything in terms of public order. If you just look at how sprawling your empire is, I think I did about the same in terms of conquering down to Tham and then just northwest. But as you get over towards the Misty Mountains, it gets really difficult to hold. Okay, so Harad is the most advanced. We did lose money, but, you know, not so terrible. Fandos has an executioner. He is in Thordram. Okay, great. A little bit of extra law for him. And we've got another Scatter Nesgroth. Let's see if that looks any better now. Okay, it looks actually worse. No thanks. We don't want to see the lore of Esgaroth at the moment. Okay, 65%. And that spy is still here. That's definitely an elven spy. Let's just check the garrison. Okay, 50%. So we could get another 30% public order by increasing just the units that are in here. Let's train up a bunch of these and move, like, you down. Alright, that gets us blue. Okay, and we're just training up cheap levies at this point. Just checking to see that there's no Dale armies moving over towards us. It looks like we're good. Okay, but let's take a look. Okay, yeah, they are trespassing. Well, dang. Okay, they're trespassing on Bjorning lands. It's not under siege. It would tell us if it was. So that's interesting. Well, I'm not too worried about that. Let's take advantage of the snow here, though. Let me move my scout over just to see what else there is in the area. Okay, so for sure we've got the army relocated inside Gargal. Okay, fine. What are you? This is probably just a bunch of nothing. Yeah, that's the army we just chased away. So they're probably going to flee. Yep, and I guess we could pursue and hit them. I don't know that I really want to take the time, honestly. We could besiege this, then they'd hit us, and then we could get a settlement that way. But again, I want to be a little slow. Only got a couple more turns left in some of these places. I mean, 6 here, but here it's just 1. Okay, we were not besieged in Tham at least, but we are losing 2,000. So next turn will be 56-15. That's just really not good. Okay. So what to do? This is going to fall in a few years, and this has got 3 seasons, so we are going to start making that money back up again. I mean, I guess I could, you know, if we get desperate, we could start doing this, destroying Homeland Dominion, and start building this up, because Bellegant will be nice and wealthy for us.
Orders.
All right, but I want to move the spy down here. Yeah, this is terrible. This is terrible. How are we going to deal with this?
Captain.
I don't really have anything good, I'm realizing. What's gonna need to happen is I'm gonna need to build up these places. And fortunately, I mean, they're already developed in terms of the highest level of province, but it is going to take some time to get all the way up here to hosting halls, because that's what you're going to want, right? Great Axes of Rhun, Spearmen of Rhun to hold off some of those tough spear units. You know, we've got all of our usual lineup here, but we haven't really been able to use these guys for quite some time. We can also train a bodyguard unit. So that's the issue, and having the money and the time to pull all that off. Well, what about Thordram? This is a place where we could actually get our full roster. And, like, sooner, actually. Because we've already built the first mustering fields. We've got the population for it. The problem is I don't want to invest in the next barracks because that'll clear us out of money. So I said I was going to wait. I think we just have to keep waiting. And I want to wait to kind of see what these guys are going to do and destroy them in favorable circumstances, but preferably with some of these units. So yeah. There's that spy. I bet Esgaroth is fine now. Oh, he just got killed. Okay, so they're besieging Karnan.
We're surrounded.
No problem. I could lose that fort and it wouldn't matter at all. Okay, so let's see the building. Okay, so Karnan is besieged. Okay, so we only lost 500 that turn, and I think, check it out, we're making money again, and I didn't even conquer anything. And that's because Fennis Rim has completed its Dominion building. That is very, very nice. Oh, that's good, because now look at this nice trade. This is only 2 seasons away. Okay, there's an army. Rohan has attacked Dorwinion. Alright, okay. Let's just check this out. Okay, Dunland is over here. Rohan is in Parth Celebrant. And that's it, apparently. We've got Dorwinion down here in the Emyn Wheel. Oh my gosh, Dunland has taken over Rohan. Except for... Okay, they've got Edoras, but they don't have Aldburg. But does Dorwinion own... No, and Orion is held by Harad currently. So Harad is now up into North Ithilien. Wow. Okay, yeah, and Dorwinion is all the way down here. Dorwinion is the big rival for me in the northeast, but Harad is doing great, and Dunland is doing great apparently. So I'm not sure exactly why Rohan has decided that now is the time to take out Dorwinion. Let's check out their diplomacy, because yeah, they're only allied with the United Kingdom. They're at war with Dunland. It seems like a poor time for them to make that move. But maybe they didn't see any other option. Maybe there was a rebellion or something. I don't know. Okay. Yep, they're all gradually moving up here. I think it's time for us to fall back here. Let's hit them. Just swat them away. And we're going to get right here. And we're going to stand. We've got 3 seasons to wait for this siege to resolve. Only 2 seasons for this Homeland Dominion. And actually, let's check out that public order. Yeah, Esgaroth all of a sudden looks nice. Now, I don't think we got the message. Okay, no, there is a spy in here, and he's causing 80% unrest. Okay. So we do need to, yeah, making 1,000 this turn. And now we're making 2,000 by taking those guys out of the queue. So we'll have to keep our eye on it. There's just no other way around it, sadly. Let's see, do I have a spy in Hjorth? I definitely do, but he... Wait, this is an emissary. Okay. So we will send you up here. And let's move the emissary out, because I don't think we need him for anything right now. Maybe we can go down here with him. Just use him as a cheap sort of spy. I guess we've got enough down here, but you never know. Alright, so we're waiting on the fort. Or the ford, rather, to see what the enemy's going to do. Fennis Rim has Fiefdom Dominion completed, so theoretically we could build something here. You know, I guess now might be a good time to invest in mustering fields in Thordram. It's just that, you know, I'm going to get them. This already has brawling contests, which is pretty good. And this probably doesn't have anything. Yeah. So Fornhood, despite the fact that it's my homeland, it's a chief settlement, it's got to be a little slow to grow. So let's just bite the bullet here and go for mustering fields. This is not going to give us awesome stuff, and in fact, it's going to hurt our income a little bit. But it'll get us that much closer, that much faster to the heavies that we need. Oh yeah. Rhun has besieged us in the place we just built up. It's like they waited for that to get built up, but they're not anywhere near Tham right now. So I could take out these expensive units. Let's take out all of them and see if we can live with that. Oh yeah, public order's great. So we'll just use you guys to shuttle around. Next turn, we'll swat you away from Fennis Rim. Okay, so yeah, Rohan and Dorwinion are just going back and forth about war. Okay, so we're making a little bit here. All right, interesting. So this is potentially going to be a big fight. Do I have everything I want here? Let's see. Let's combine some units. Okay, and probably these chief's men, I may as well combine you. We'll pick up some slingers since we have the cash. And now we've got close to a full stack. We can't quite add anything here, although we could add you, right? Let's do it. And this army could be attacked by either... I guess it's only this force. And I guess I don't want that to happen. So maybe it's time we get off this ford. Let's see, we could get some good works here. Okay, that's just Cav. And this is... oh, heavies. Alright, so let's do this. Interesting. So this is a general with the Dorwinion men-at-arms, 3 full units. I should really take care of that.
Chief. Orders. Yes, Captain.
Okay, I think that looks pretty reasonable. So let's do this like a sally. I'm going to leave these guys out for the moment.
Orders. Yes, Captain.
Actually, let's put them right
Forward.
here.
Chief. Orders. Attack.
And they have to fight. Alright, we're going to do this. You got to toggle this a bunch of times because for some reason the AI doesn't always, or the computer doesn't always register that you actually want those reinforcements under your own control rather than the AI, so it's worth clicking that several times, not just the once. Okay, and we'll see if we can pull this off. The first army is going to be pretty easy. It's just cav. Okay, so let's put these guys on the flanks so they don't hit each other. Variags will keep back. Riders will keep together on one side. And I guess that's good. Just group everybody for the sake of, ease of movement. Alright, and where they're going to be. Way far away.
Perhaps it is the time to send them to kill the enemy.
Okay, so you guys are way back there. Let's go up that way. I think that's the infantry army. And, maybe we should just focus everything on that army. And just leave the cav. It's 3 units of light cav. Okay, they're marching together. They're actually staying.
Units, move out. Units, move out.
So they can't retreat anymore, and I think that includes this little force. I think they're not allowed to move since they already moved twice, or they retreated once already, the army that we're attacking. So I think the AI can't decide to retreat another time. Okay, these guys are going to be kind of slow to get here. I think that's okay. Let's see, we've done 0 damage so far. All right. 55, that's great. Let's get the Variags nearby. Wow, okay. So their morale is pretty fragile because they're only led by a captain. No, they're led by a nobleman. So he just must not be very good. Alright, run away. We're just going to keep them moving. Let's go over here with our captain now. Alright, and let's get him with both those units. I'll send the Variags on through. Okay, you'll war cry. Oh, yeah, we gotta get out of the way. Alright, we should be fine here. And if I can kill him with my light cav, where's their heavy cav? Or their light cav is way over there. Okay, that should be fine. We'll just circle. Alright, so light cav hitting medium cav. We've got spears. There we go. Took out quite a lot there. They got nowhere to be, nowhere to run. And this should now cause them to rout pretty soon. Let's actually... There goes the general. Let's actually run down here. Alright, and I think... No, they are moving towards us. Or they're moving anyway. Great. Broken, nowhere to run. going to run the slingers around into the back. Let's get all our cavalry this side. Okay, throw in now, and let's see. Yeah, their cav is approaching. I mean, they've got nothing else to do. Alright, we've got our other bodyguard unit here. They're wavering, so a hit from our cav in the back, while our Easterling axe hurlers are hitting them from the front should do it. Let's just keep our generals safe. Wavering. We do have a lot of men left. Okay, here comes some light cav. This could be, you know, a bit of an issue. Okay, they're broken though.
From the field like frightened goats, hunt them down and slay them all.
So for this, I think I want my my light infantry. And let's actually get our heavier infantry over here too. That was great. Okay. We've got a lot of these guys. I'm not sure if they're going to really be able to help that much. Actually, these are all... they're all ranged units of some kind. So yeah, let's march them in this direction. I mean, I don't think they can retreat, so they're just going to have to reposition on the hill or something. Yeah, they're just going to be right there. Okay, so let's do this. And we're just speeding up the time now for our guys to march in. So what will this get us? Basically, it eliminates some dangerous units, a family member. It just, I guess, opens the path towards Belligant for our troops, so we can keep this army somewhat safe. Actually, this was the army that was on the ford, but it will be good to get them into Belligant as well, because we can retrain these slingers there, I think. Alright, let's actually get them into thick blocks. Alright, they're actually going to charge right in. It's going to be pretty damaging. Alright, we need to rush in there. They haven't quite committed. They've still got their captain unit back there. Alright, let's get the Variags, I guess, and our general. The scouts are marching, so we may lose this general. He is old. We did rout their units, so let's bring everybody up. I think we were able to somewhat catch them before they could get a good charge off. Alright, yeah, let's just kill a few more of them. What was that? Okay, good. Enemy commander. Okay, we can actually probably just exit it at this point. So, again, this is not going to really give us anything other than mobility. Allow us to consolidate our forces and not have them get trapped by the big scary army that's up to the northwest. Of course, that probably means next turn we are going to get hit here by that big scary army. So, let's see. We're going to need to actually combine some more, which is okay. Again, the axe hurlers, I don't really think there's any chance of us retraining them. So, I guess that's probably okay. Maybe we can do a bit better with the Hillman levies. Yeah, you can go there. All right. Now, because we did have that, this Fennis Rim completed that Dominion building, that theoretically means we could start it down here. Maybe that would be the wise thing to do. I mean, we've got one season before that happens, so even if this is a mistake, it won't matter in one turn. Right? So let's just see. Yeah, that's a red face. But it's at 70. So I think we can deal with it as long as oh wait, no, there is still 80% on rest here. And there's 40% here. Now, 40 may be normal. Right? I think 40 is about standard for, like, certain territories. So it could just be that the spy has moved back. But, I mean, we may as well, right? At some point, just take this out. It's not going to help us, really, but it'll help prevent maybe quite so many elven spies from hitting us. As long as we can do it. Now, we don't have the army right now, I don't think. But we could put one together that could plausibly handle that. So, with all of that said, I mean, theoretically, we could hit this and take Gargal this turn. But again, I don't quite want that to happen. Especially since it's very likely we're going to get Garth next turn. So I think what I'll do is end of the season here. We'll call this the last turn of the episode. Yep, sure enough, we're hit outside Garth. And this is a big one. This is for the settlement, one of our homelands, and they've got 3 of these Dorwinion Watch and 3 Dorwinion Men-at-Arms, a couple of their archers. It's a good mixed army, honestly. If this was led by a family member, that would be even more terrifying. But they've got very little cav, so their captain is actually footbound. You know, that could be good, could be bad, but we've got a lot. Is this right? Is this the army we're actually facing them with? Yeah. So it's going to be in the snow. We've got lots of units, the Hillman Axe Levies, the Easterling Axe Throwers that can throw axes, and that should be really devastating against this force. We've got some slingers, 2, 3, 4 units, and some longbows. So we should definitely outrange them, and their cav should be no problem. So these units are tough, but I think this is going to be a good battle. And let's just take a look. Oh, we can't see what's inside the city, but I think it's just horses, right? It's light cav. So I think this should be a good battle for our strengths. It's in the right kind of season, and I think we've got the right army for it. So I hope you'll join me for that battle in the next episode. Until then, take care.